everybody, Bill Lane Realtor here, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about what happens after you've already selected a listing agent and you guys are about to embark on selling your property. So at that point, you've already sat down with your agent, you've talked about pricing, you probably walked through the house with the agent, you've talked about the pricing, which your agent has definitely made recommendations to you based on current sales in the area. I try to do within a half a mile if I can. Sometimes I'll have to expand out to a mile to find enough properties that are similar enough in size and scope to the property that's being sold. So I'm looking for houses that are of the same square footage, or roughly. By roughly, I mean within 5%. I like to be, and then same basic age and same basic condition. So I'm not going to compare a house that's not been remodeled since 1972 with something that just got remodeled yesterday. So there's automatic tools that we as realtors are provided that are accessible, to you as well. You see those all over the internet. Oh, input your address, we'll give you your house value and all this kind of thing. So there's tools like that are available for realtors as well. But there's also ways you can drill in deeply, which is what good listing agents are doing. They're drilling in deeply to the numbers and really getting an accurate portrayal of where you're going to be price-wise. And so that's hugely important. How you price the property and pricing it properly and strategically based on what's going on in the market is critical. And it's really the number one thing for having an agent, which we've already talked about, but it always goes back to that. So anyway, you've already established your price point with your agent's assistance and your input. And now you guys are going to look at how we can make the house look the best and what we're going to do to facilitate the sale of the home. And what we're going to start doing is looking at ways we can improve the presentation. So there's obvious cosmetic fixes you can do. If there's interior areas that have really bad, paint situations that need to be repaired, you can get on those. Look, a fresh coat of paint's always going to improve the look of any property, exterior and interior, and it's something we used to always recommend, for how to improve that curb appeal, and it'll improve curb appeal now. In today's market, though, I really don't recommend a lot of repairs to most homeowners just because the market's so hot that people don't care. So there's no need for you to spend the money. People kind of want to do their own thing anyway, and you're going to get way over listing price as is most of the time anyway. So those repairs aren't necessary. It's just money out of your pocket you wouldn't need to spend. So depending on market conditions, and this is something an agent can consult with you and help you with as well. Do I need to do this repair? Do I need to spend 10 grand and paint the whole house? And maybe you do, but if you don't want to do it either. So, all those things will definitely make the place look better, but do you need to do it? So that's a conversation you and the agent should be having at that point as well. And you probably had some of those conversations as you were doing the pre-qual to get the agent to be your agent. You probably had some of those conversations then as well. I know as an agent, when I'm auditioning for a potential client, I'm definitely going to mention, hey, I'm going to tell them a little bit about my pricing strategy, a little bit about all the things we'll do, pre-listing and pre-showing to prepare the property. And so all these are things discussions I have during my listing presentation. So anyway, but at this point we're starting to do these things, paint and declutter as necessary, but again, we don't necessarily need to do a lot of painting. Decluttering is hugely important. Having a bright, open, airy space has shown to be much more effective in showing a property than having stuff all over the place and clutter. And people like to see open spaces and areas. And that's something else we offer to our listing clientele is we give a free staging consultation. So we have our staging person come in, they take a look around, they make suggestions for your furniture, or if it's a vacant home, they can bring their own stuff in if you so desire. That's not included. If you want to actually do staging using their stuff, then there's a cost associated with that. But the actual consultation, which is normally like $350, is free. So if you have your own furniture and you're going to be there, they can come in and tell you, hey, move this couch over there and move that up, this over there, and they'll make the house look aesthetically as pleasing as possible to potential buyers. And they really know what catches the eye of the buyer and what doesn't. So that's something we offer for free. We also provide a webcam that sits in the property while showings are happening. And all throughout the time your property's listed, the cam is there. And we can turn it on during showing, so even though you're not there, because it's awkward to have the homeowner there when we're showing properties, you can still see what's going on and make sure that nothing's happening too crazy in your property. Let's see what else have we got, and then of course, then we'll start looking at our digital marketing package. You're going to want to know from your agent, what are you doing online? What kind of marketing packages are you using? I use several on every listing. We pay, depending on the listing, we pay quite a bit of money digitally to market these properties online. It's a huge advantage to be able to do that, and especially in the era of COVID, it's even stepped up even more. But we were doing it prior, and we'll continue to do it. It's just a great way to drive traffic to the property digitally, and as well as get them to come to open houses and showings, depending on the availability of those, depending on what level of COVID we're at, or whatever. So having an agent, it's a huge thing. They can help you with all that stuff, and these are all the things you're going to need to do once you've selected an agent and you guys are ready to start listing your home. So you're going to get together, reassess the pricing, make sure you're good to go on that, discuss it, nail it down. Probably already discussed it, but now you're going to nail it down. Talk about any improvements that you as the homeowner might want to make the place look a little bit better. And as we mentioned, in today's market, unless it's really, really bad, you probably won't have to do it just because it's unnecessary. Houses are moving like crazy. But you want to have the discussion with your agent, and a good agent will be able to tell you what's a necessity and what's not. And then you're going to talk about how we're going to show the property, and that's going to be dependent on rules and regulations depending on COVID. And then also what works for you as the homeowner. If you're still living there, can we do showings? Can we consolidate showings into one day? What is going to work for you? My goal is to make this as pain-free a process for you as possible, and to as smooth a process. And your input is vitally important to how we show the property. And then of course I may push back on some things. If we need to show it a little more aggressively to get the property sold in the time you need it sold, then I'll push back on it. Big thing with me is transparency. I'm always going to be honest with you, even if the news isn't good. So those are some tips about what you do once you've selected your agent, you're ready to list your home, you guys are getting prepared. Those are some things to think about. I hope that helps. If I can assist you with your sale of your home, give me a call, 619-243-4000. I'd love to help you out. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a great day.